Hi, I want to give you some tips on references, providing references and the whole process around that. So the first tip I want to give you is don't put your references on your resume. Don't provide the references before you're asked for the references, because that invites the hiring manager to call those references. And if you haven't prepared them, it can be not so much fun, because they're caught off guard, they don't know what you're talking about, and you seem unprofessional. Also, make sure you call your reference. Provide the personal touch. Don't just send an email or a text asking for a reference. Call them up. How many times I've been called for references and the candidate never took the time to call me to ask, first of all, permission to give my name and fill me in on anything. I didn't even know they were looking for a job. So the other thing you might want to do is provide your resume to your reference, just so they can refresh their memory, where you worked, when you worked with them, and for how long you worked with them, for them, whichever. Also, you might even want to provide them with the job description for the job for which you're being interviewed, or just fill them in on what the responsibilities of the job are. Hopefully they can connect the dots as to why you're being interviewed for this job and are on the short list for this. Also, make sure you match the reference to the job. So the person you want to give the reference to and the personality of the person that is receiving the reference, try and match them as closely as possible. Also, job types as well, too, if you can. If you are a manager, be prepared to give your superior, your colleague, and your subordinate. People want to know your management style and how you work as a team member, those kinds of things. So you have a little bit more homework to do if you're a manager. If you get a negative reference, it should not be a complete surprise. Hopefully you know yourself well enough and you know what you went through. Be prepared to explain that, but not argue it. Hopefully you have enough positive references, then it's one anomaly in your reference. But it can make a difference, a negative reference, in whether you get the job or not. Also, make sure you follow up with your references after. If you got the job, thank them. Call them up. Let them know. If you didn't get the job, you do want to circle back and let them know as well, too. Hope these tips help. I'm Dawn Williams from Sirius Personnel. I can be reached on LinkedIn and on Twitter. Happy selling.